Hey, can you go put that mail or letter out?
Here you go. Here you go. Look at Mommy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Good morning. It's time for me to work out before the day starts. I don't eat before I work out. I work out on an empty stomach, but I will show you what I eat afterward. Probably a protein shake today because I gotta take my youngest to swim lessons and I need something quick and on the go. And also show you a little bit of my workout that I'm gonna do today in this small space because we are currently trying to move and I have everything packed in boxes. So I have just this little tiny space to work out.
I will show you crazy. I'm a maniac. No more final warning. I'm not holding back. I ain't going nowhere. Let the roof cave in. About to blow up something. Here goes nothing. Watch me hit the cray button. Cray. 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 Let's get cray. Turn it all the way up. Got a double dose of bass. You love it so much. Get out of your head. Get out of your skull. If you ain't getting cray, then you ain't got a pulse. A lunatic in town bomb just got dropped. I get cray all day. It's my full-time job. Wild like a wolf pack, howling at the moon. Attack, attack. You've been bitten by the boo. I ain't going nowhere. Let the roof cave in. About to blow up something. Here goes nothing. Watch me hit the cray button. Cray. Cray. Cray.
Woo boy, great workout. You guys, if you want to try it, you can do 3 rounds or 4, or if you're advanced, I want you to try 5. It's a really good full body workout. I tried to, in the middle, I started with like more upper body. In the middle, I tried to do more like glute and legs, and then end with push-ups, so I'm finishing with arms, and then repeat. Let me know if you guys like it and if you want more workouts, and I will try and film some more workouts. I always film them on Snapchat and Instagram, so if you came from there or you want to follow me there, go check that out, Tori Lynn Fitness. Alright, now time to go to swim lessons, and then we're meeting for a play date, so we'll see you guys later. Alright, and we're off to swim lessons. You guys don't know how many times I've started and stopped trying to film my eating in the day because the day just got away from me, or I just forgot my camera, or whatever came up, I didn't film. So I'm gonna try and film today. All the things that I eat so you guys can see kind of what I eat in a day. I think I'm very boring, but you guys want to see that, and just kind of our day-to-day life. Let's go to swim lessons. It isn't even 9 and it's 85 degrees already. Woo! Alright, little miss, you ready for your swim?
Swim.
You're gonna swim. job. Brought some nuts and grapes today for my snack, so I'm gonna have some of that right now because I am hungry. Boy, fun times at the splash pad. It's hot. We need to go home and get little Miss to bed and then do some work. Alright, finally home, get to eat some lunch. I just had some leftover stuff that I'm gonna make. I had half a chicken breast and I have some lettuce, and I think I'm just gonna put a little bit of dressing on that. I don't want anything too big. It's kind of late to eat lunch right now. So here's my leftover chicken. It was actually chicken parm, but it's just a half a chicken breast with some spaghetti sauce on it. So I just put on some lettuce, and then I'm gonna add this on top. This dressing is really good and not too bad. The ingredients are pretty good. I don't know if you can see that. I can't get too close, it'll be out of focus. Yeah, it's a good alternative to dressings. I don't have this all the time. I like to make my own dressings, but it's a good alternative if you don't want to make a dressing or if you just need something quick and easy. And because today is a higher carb day, I'm going to have 2 rice cakes with peanut butter. This one probably has way too much peanut butter, but I don't care. I'm hungry right now, so I'm gonna go eat that, and then we'll talk about portion control. So let's chat portion control real quick. For protein, you probably want about the size of the palm of your hand. So if you're a little bit bigger, then you're gonna have a little bit bigger portion size. For me, I do about the size of the palm of my hand. Today I had a little less than that, so that's why I added that peanut butter in there and just some extra things to make up for that protein. If you are carb cycling on a typical high carb day, you want about the size of your fist or a cup of like rice or whatever it is that you're having that's a higher carb meal or item. If you're on a low carb day, you want to try and aim, I always try and do about maybe 1 or 2 servings of carbs, which would be maybe rice at lunch or a rice cake or something like that. I don't do too high carbs. I try and keep it pretty low, maybe about 20 grams or so, or about 1 to 2 servings of carbs. Veggies, you can pretty much have as much as you want, as long as they're high fibrous veggies. I'd err on the side of caution with like carrots or something like that, but all green veggies and leafy veggies are great high fiber veggies for you to have. And the great thing about veggies is if you are still, say you eat your meal and you're still hungry, then you can have some more veggies. Just add some more broccoli on there, whatever it is, if you're still hungry. Yeah, it might not be the most fun thing to eat, but at least you know if you are still truly hungry that you can eat those veggies to get that full satisfied feeling. Fats, you want to try and aim at about maybe the size of your thumb tip, like from this line up, or about a tablespoon or 2 of fat, meaning like coconut oil, olive oil, avocado oil, all those good healthy oils, things like that. If you're doing a higher fat day, then you can add in maybe a full avocado, and that would be more than just, you know, your thumb size. That would be a good portion size. But that's a great way to get in some healthy fat. You could even have half avocado if you wanted to put it on a salad or something like that, just to add a little bit more fat into that meal. And these portions I'm talking about, this is all like per meal. So like breakfast, you want to make sure that you have a good amount of protein, carbs, and fat, and then veggies. You should try and have veggies at every single meal. I don't always have veggies at breakfast, either because I'm rushing to get out the door or I have a protein shake or something like that, so I don't always incorporate veggies in breakfast, but I try and have it definitely in my lunch and my dinner. And dinner, I load up on veggies. I kind of cut back on the carbs unless it's a higher carb day, but I kind of cut back on the carbs at dinner time, and then I'll just load up on those veggies because I know they'll fill me up and they're great for you too. Since everything I just kind of eyeball, I know my measurements. I've done this for so long, but many of you out there might not know what 2 tablespoons look like. So I would suggest when you first start out, or if you don't really know what portions look like, measure everything out for a week, 2 weeks, maybe a month, and see what that looks like, what a portion of 2 tablespoons of peanut butter looks like. I know that I don't always do 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. Did you see that last rice cake I just had? That was not 2 tablespoons. But that's okay, I was doing that on purpose. I know that I was gonna have more than 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. But if you're trying to stay within that 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, I would measure it out and just see, what are you eating? You might be eating more than you actually think you are. And then once you get the hang of portions, just kind of eyeball it. I honestly don't like measuring things out because I just don't have time for that. And that's why I just kind of eyeball it and see. Now if I feel like it's getting a little heavy-handed, like my peanut butter, I will go back and measure it out and see, okay, this is 2 tablespoons and this is what I'm supposed to be eating, not a big old glob like this big, like a 1/4 cup of peanut butter. Anyways, I hope that helps a little bit with the portion control thing and portion sizes. All right, now I gotta go finish working. I gotta get my next stronger group ready. I'm actually drinking one of these right now too, and if you have not tried this flavor yet, so good. All right, it's dinner time.
Hi, it's dinner time.
Okay. They're having grilled cheese, and I'm sneaking a little piece of cheese while I wait for dinner to get done. And yes, I'm wearing my husband's sweatshirt because it's freezing in our house. It's always so cold. All right, we're having a little ham, green beans, and potatoes tonight. And I like to put this on mine.
You're incorrect, ma'am.
Are you done talking? It's like a country meal, but a little bit healthier. I do a ham, green beans, fresh green beans in a fresh green beans in like a pan or a bowl or cooking bowl or whatever you want to call it, and potatoes, and then just a little bit of pepper and chicken stock, and put it in the oven, let it cook until the potatoes are soft, and then you take it out. And my husband put salt and pepper on his, but I put vinegar. I don't know why I like vinegar on it. It's just, I guess it's a northern thing, I don't know, but I like vinegar on mine. This is like the brightest rainbow I've ever seen, and it's a double. Alright, back from my run. I'm gonna jump in the shower real quick, and then I will show you guys what I'm gonna have for breakfast. I have to eat it quick though, because we have swim lessons again and I gotta get out the door. Okay, much better, but I only have like 5 minutes before I have to get out the door. So let me make this food real quick. I'll show you, and then I gotta get out the door. Get some Chipotle chicken sausage cooking. Cook that first, and then we're gonna add the egg. Alright, I added the egg in there, one egg white. Cook that up, and it's just about done. And it's done. Sometimes I put spinach in here, but I am out of spinach right now. But this is what I used. this Chipotle chicken sausage from Aldi, Flavor God anything spicy seasoning, and organic pineapple salsa from Aldi. I'm going to put a little bit more of this on top of here, and then I'll be out the door. And we're done. And I'm going to have to eat this in the car. Not an ideal situation, but gotta do what you gotta do.
I sing up in a smoky room. I smell of wine and cheap perfume. On and on and on. The strangers waiting. Up and down the boulevard. Bismillah, no, we will not let you go. Let it go. Bismillah, we will not let you go. Let it go.
You're a bold one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel. You're as cuddly as a cactus and as charming as an eel, Mr. Grinch.
Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Another one gone. Another one gone. Another one bites the dust. Hey, all I got to do. Another one bites the dust.
We are home. We were at our friend's house swimming for about 4 hours, and it's probably about 4 o'clock right now, or close to 4:30. So we were there for a long time, but the kids had a blast. They had tons of fun, and we got to spend time with our friends. Now we're just chilling. I'm just gonna do a little bit of work, and then I'll show you my dinner later tonight. I have to figure out what I'm making though. I have no idea yet. That's really bad. I've been really bad this summer about meal planning. Not necessarily prepping, because I don't really meal prep in the summer because I'm home, but I've been really bad about planning my meals or what we're gonna have for dinner. Mostly it's summer and we're just kind of a little lazy in the summertime. Alright, dinner's done. My husband is having...
Guys, that is so yummy. Really yummy.
My husband's having broccoli with cheese and corn and the chicken.
Oh yeah.
I'm just having plain broccoli, so I have to make that next. But there's my chicken breast waiting, and I'm not going to have corn. I'm just going to have the chicken and broccoli. I gotta make my broccoli, and then I'll be ready to eat. And the chicken is chicken breast with Italian seasoning, a little brown sugar, and olive oil, and you bake it, and that's it. It's really easy. I normally have it with rice, but today is a lower carb day, so I'm not having rice today. I'm just going to have the broccoli and the chicken.
He's 11 and this is his dream, so every now and then they'll have big things that swing.
You like Fixer Upper?
Yeah.
Operating okay.
You know what I like about? You know what I like about Fixer Upper?
What?
I like when they tear down the house.
Oh yeah?
He's not really heavy or something.
Hi.
You want to put socks on your hands? End of the day. You guys got to see everything I ate today, but I just want to say one thing before I close out this video. just because I eat something or the things that I eat or the way that I eat doesn't mean that you should do it too. I know so many people ask me, what do you eat? I want to see what you eat. How many calories do you eat? How many fat, how many proteins, how many carbs? What do your macros look like? First of all, I don't count macros. Can't really give you those numbers. But I just want to say that I'm different and my body responds to things different than how your body would respond to things and certain nutrients and certain foods and supplements and those kinds of things. So just because I eat a certain way or I eat certain things doesn't necessarily mean that you need to eat those things too. So keep that in mind, and you need to learn your own body and do research and figure out, okay, when I eat this, it makes me feel this way, or when I eat this, it makes me feel this way. I'm all about how do I feel when I eat things. Not necessarily, oh, is this gonna make me gain weight, or is this gonna make me fat, or whatever. For me, it's more so, how am I gonna feel? There's some people out there who need to eat gluten-free or need to avoid dairy because they're lactose intolerant. So they're gonna eat differently than how I'm going to eat because I don't have those issues. I do stray away from dairy more so just because I'm not big on dairy, except for maybe cheeses and ice cream. But I do stay away from those because I find that they stick to my body a little bit more than maybe say something else. But my body responds well to carbs, and carbs do well for me, especially when I'm lifting weights, and I think that's the reason why. I have a lot of muscle, and so I think that's why my body responds well to carbs. Some of you may not respond well to carbs because your body is different. So you just have to feel it out and see how you feel after you eat certain things, and try different ways of eating. Try the 80-20 rule, try carb cycling, try maybe a keto diet or a Whole30 or something like that. Try different ways of eating and see what works best for you and your lifestyle. I mean, if something doesn't work for your lifestyle, don't do it. If it's too restrictive and you feel like you just need a more leniency, then don't do a certain thing that's going to be very restrictive. Like for me, counting macros, I don't have time to sit and weigh every single piece of my food. Now if I was competing or something, sure, I would do that. But just to maintain, I'm in a maintenance mode right now, and I don't really need to lean out or necessarily bulk right now. I feel like I'm at a good size, a good weight, and I don't really need to do that. So for me, just kind of following an 80-20 rule, the 80-20 rule, and occasionally carb cycling and just eating clean, that works best for me right now. But like I said, you may be different, you may have different goals, and you may have different allergies or food sensitivities or something like that. So just keep that in mind when you see the things that I eat, or even other fitness people or bikini competitors. I mean, we're all so different. We're at different stages, we have different goals, and different bodies. So keep that in mind when you see what people eat, that works for them, and you need to find what works for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up and comment below if you have any questions or anything, and I'll try and get back to you guys. All right, I'll see you guys later.